The hell's that? God. I'm coming to find you now. Where are you?
We're by the airfield, Tony, where the planes used to land. Say the main drag. And I'm here, we're here.
Hi everybody, good evening. Thanks for joining us a little bit early. Today, as you can see, we're marginally mob-handed. We have a 33 1/3% increase in our team. Obviously behind the camera we've got Hollywood McShane. My name's Alan Robson. Welcome if this is the first time you've seen anything we do. Every week on a Friday we go out, 9 o'clock, you can see an amazing show. Tonight we've come to a place with an amazing history. Kenny's with us as always. Yeah. He's wearing the same dirty jeans that he's washed twice and they're still filthy.
Look.
And something pushed him over. For those of you that are relatively new to what we do, every week for our supporters we do a thing called the Blow, where we talk through anything we may have captured. Last week one of you guys, one of the listeners and viewers, captured 3 full-bodied apparitions, and we were looking at them on Tuesday night. And if you become a supporter you can see that and everything else that we've caught, because we have been incredibly blessed. We've had an awful lot of tremendous content, so make sure you join us, be a part of our ghost hunting, whatever it is we've got. Also, of course, joining us, the Boffin, who for donkey's years travelled all over Britain with us, doing all kinds of ghostly things. This is Richard Craig, and he's brought a whole ensemble of strange and amazing things, as always. So we're going to be using them as we go. We're on an airfield from World War II. Now, first of all, how cool is that? In the second half, we have an incredibly tragic story that I'm stunned Hollywood hasn't made a film of, because it's one of those incredible World War I stories that is not often told. And I only managed to find it when somebody who used to work, or whose great-grandparent used to work at Stannington Sanatorium, which became a mental hospital, obviously in Stannington. It's subsequently been pulled down. But the relative of somebody who worked there told me this story. And if you're connected with anything ghostly, the one thing that you get a lot of is people coming up saying, have you heard? And your heart kind of sinks a little bit, because you do out 200 of them a week. So it's like, oh, no, I'm not sure I have. This story was dynamite, and I'm going to share it with you tonight in part 2. However, this place here, come over and have a look. You can get through all the cloth. It's quite heavy in places. Just want you to see this, really, because we're here at a place called Tranwell. It's on the outskirts of Morpeth. And this is where the old airfield used to be. Look at the imagine aeroplanes landing down here. Now, why were they here in the main? Well, it was a gunnery school. And originally, French operational unit was based here. However, a bit later on, 72 Squadron submarine Spitfires were also here. So, I mean, we're not talking just any old plane. The reason that we're here is with old aircraft, especially trainees who are keen to get up in the air, a lot of bad things can happen. You know a lot about this because you've got kind of a family connection to the land, which is why you're here, Richard. Tell us what you know about it.
The actual crash itself?
No, just the airfield itself. The airfield. I'll tell them later about that.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Okay. Yeah, the airfield itself was, it wasn't called Tranwell, it was called RAF Morpeth. Now, a really interesting story about this airfield is, Alan was right, it was a gunnery school, and they had, you can still see the butts where they used to harmonise the guns on submarine Spitfires, etc., etc. They'd jack up the back of the aircraft, and you'd have 8 Browning 303 machine guns in the wings. And of course, they'd have to make them fire in a cone at a certain distance. So that's where they'd harmonise the guns. Now, the forerunner of the Avro Lancaster was an Avro Manchester. 2-engined, before Roy Chadwick got a hold of it and put 2 Merlin engines on it, and the Rolls-Royce Vulture engines, which were completely unreliable.
There was no stopping that Chadwick.
No stopping that Chadwick, brilliant man. And a Manchester was on site here. Now then, it was a bomber. It could carry a very large bomb load. What they did with it, they made it an instructional airframe because 261 maintenance unit were based here. They thought, okay, we'll make it a training airframe. First job they did was take the propellers off to stop the Polish airmen just going off in it and having a little go, having a bomb in Germany or whatever they wanted to do.
Because you got to remember, Poland had already fallen, and the one thing that all of the Poles that had managed to get across here wanted to do was to hit back as quickly as they can. If you've ever watched the movie Battle of Britain, which I think is actually a good depiction of pretty much of what went on, the Poles would grab any plane they couldn't get out there. I'm going back, I'm going to get my revenge. However, what the British wanted them to do was to be calm, be cool, didn't want them to waste the planes because planes were at a premium. So the one thing that they also did from here that I hadn't mentioned was it was a training gunnery school, and yes, you could balance the guns and make sure they were pointing in the right direction so that when you flew, you could actually aim them, otherwise they were just all over the place. But the interesting thing was they used to fly them to another part of the northeast where they'd built huge but hardboard versions of submarines, warships, enemy battalions, vehicles on the road, so that when the pilots managed to take off here with the aircraft with the guns, gunnery school, they learned to fire over Drew Ridge Bay. And if ever you're lucky enough to be plodging about in the clarts of Drew Ridge Bay on hopefully a day that's a damn sight warmer than it is tonight because it's freezing, sometimes you come across the actual shells that they fired, that they were aiming at something that had been set up as a target for them. Sometimes it was just plain targets, but they'd built all these other things so that when people went into battle, they knew what they were going to fire at. Bit of death on this ground too. Bit of death long before it was an airfield too. Group of Lowland Scots that took over Morpeth Castle, which is, I think, it's approximately that way. 500 Lowland Scots took over the castle. And the reason they took over the castle was because 3 Scots were hanged in Tranwell Woods, where we're going next. Tranwell Woods is known, isn't it, for being kind of poshy houses, isn't it? Poshy £1.8 million mansions with big fences and stuff. However, back in the day, not so. Back in the day, it was a wild, I mean, if you go back far enough, this was just wild woodland long before it was an airfield. But let's get ghost hunting, that's what we're here for. So let's get cracking. We'll tell all the other stories. There's a blister hanger. Yeah, 2. I gather. There's some gunnery emplacements as well. And one of my clues to where we were going tonight was we're going underground. Now, we had hoped, but it's a part of the airfield that the owner that's allowed us on the land doesn't know, so we can't get into that. But that was a hidden underground, what's a bunker? That's no other way of putting it, really.
It was a bunker, and I think it was connected to some degree RAF camping, which was another underground bunker.
And what the purpose was?
Well, the thing is, you'd have protected operations down there, you see?
Right.
Anything to do with communications, any top brass were visiting, you know, they could sit down there. You'd have a lot of the top secret stuff in that particular area.
Right. It's not electrified like the one that's done it.
No, it's not electric. You get in before.
We had a sign that said it was electrified, and of course we didn't believe it. But it was.
Oh,
Didn't take long, did it?
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch them tonight.
Yeah, the brambles.
Yeah.
Look at this, what a place. And this, of course, this is a building also. I know it doesn't have its roof anymore, but this would have been part of it too, wouldn't it?
These would have been, you know, billets, storehouses, latrines, operations rooms.
And of course, it would be places where lectures would be given about how to fly and how the various aeroplanes worked.
Absolutely.
Amazing history, because if it wasn't for places like this, new pilots would never get up off the ground. The amount of history that's been here, look at the place. There's got to be stains attached. Now we've set a few traps. Kenny's off on his own.
he's got the night vision on, so that's good.
You've got your night vision on, Kenny, so if you want to take a little meander, that'd be great. Do you know whenever you see movies, so many things happen in a day during wartime, and I think
Oh, that might be Kenny. The music box.
He's not in the house.
He just walked past that door, depending on where yours is. Where did he put it?
Let's have a look. Oh, there's.
We've got Gwen and Ted in there.
You shouldn't have set it off. It's facing in.
Facing in.
Yeah. Facing in. Yeah. It's facing in.
We've got some interesting activity on the K2. As soon as I walked in,
What are you picking?
it was flashing away merrily as soon as we came into this building.
I'd love to know.
Whoa! Just went off again.
I would love to know what this place was actually. Oh, there's Ted. Supernatural Ted's in there.
Supernatural Ted.
Is around the corner there as well.
This is interesting.
Oh yeah, we're getting blips here.
Okay, we're getting blips on the K2, so maybe do you want to ask a question or something?
We can do.
Oh!
It might want to play.
It might want to play. Right.
Is there anyone here with us? Is there anyone here with us?
That's looking quite positive.
It does. Were you here during the Second World War? During the war? Were you here?
If you're here, can you light it right up the scale, please?
Yes, prove to us that you're here. We need to know that you're with us. Light it up into the red. Right up into the red. It's impressive that you can do that much, but you can do much better. Prove it to us. If you're there, right the way up to red, then we can have a proper talk.
Let's go this way because the signal's going. I'll just turn around and go outside and face it in.
So are you going to make this move for me? Right the way up. I want to see red. Come on. You're not speaking now. See, well, left us in the lurch.
Yeah.
Left us in the lurch. We'll find you wherever you are. And what would that be? Amazing old
Oh, it's
building. So.
going right off there.
That's interesting.
So those are on the foundations, aren't we? This could have been a room where
Oh, absolutely.
something happened.
Yes.
Huge. It's a huge room. Did you hear some glass there?
Some glass.
Like a glass noise?
Richard has something.
Oh, was that you?
This is interesting.
What are you getting?
Oh, hey. Okay. All right.
He's back. Or he or she.
Yeah,
Well, that's better. Come on, I want to see you. You must get closer to us. Get closer to us if you can. Bugs. Oh, I'm getting a hint of red there. Speak to us. Make a noise. I want to hear you. I want to hear you. Come on, you can talk to me. Come on. We've got 2 ghost meters here. You're here. We can tell that you're here. Why won't you talk to us? Make a noise. Show us that you're here. Prove it to us. Prove to us that you're here. Come close. You're going to be with us tonight. We're here for you. We mean you no disrespect. You're coming round with us tonight. Come on. Show us. Come closer. If you come closer, these things will light. Come close to us. Touch us. Touch us. We're here for you. Make yourself known. Touch. Speak. Say something. Do something. Come close to us. We're not to be afraid of. Come.
That one on the right's really responding to your voice.
I know it is. Come on then. I'm here. I would love you to come close. Spend some time with us. We're here for you. If you want us here, let us know. Come close. Come close. Did you hear breathing there? Did you catch that?
Yeah, I did.
It was kind of like... Come on, if you can breathe, you can speak. Talk to me. Talk to me. I'm going to go over it.
Yeah, that's this. It's gone completely.
Come on.
Ah.
Oh, the hell. Here we go. Full house. Come on then. Are you English? He is English. Were you here at the aerodrome? Were you a flyer? Yeah. Or were you a gunner? I think a gunner is what he was. You learnt gunnery here. And you were English. Did you die here? It looks like it, doesn't it? Did you lose your life here? Oh, hang on. In which case, let's test to see who it was.
Right.
Because we know who died here. We'll tell you their story very, very soon. But before you do, make sure that you share. And if you share, make sure everybody gets to see this. And the more you share, the more chance you got to win one of our very, very cool night owl badges. Now look, is your name, if you're English, there's only a certain number of people that they can be. Are you Sergeant E. Hall? Sergeant Hall, is that you? It's not Sergeant Hall. Oh, hang on, there's a few names. Are you F.L. Beresford?
Ooh.
Beresford. Beresford?
Yeah, Beresford.
Bless him. Now, leading aircraftsman Beresford died aged 22. DJ Cruage, did you know DJ Cruage? Stanislaw Zarski from Poland. Franz van Westenbrugge. You know all these people. They knew them all. Look at it, he's responding. Did you know the 17-year-old Rudy van den Bron? Yeah. Air Gunner van Egmond. George Rowan Jackson, the pilot.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Is that you, George? You're English. Is that you, George? Oh, we're talking to George here. George, we're so sorry how you passed. We're sorry. You choose to come back here. Did you choose to come here, George? Time of your great success, your great heroism. You are a hero, George, and we thank you so much. We're sorry you had to die in such a fashion. You were trying to save the other plane, we know that. Are you glad that we're here to tell everyone about it? I think that's a yes.
Did you hear the tapping behind us as well?
I did, that's why I looked around.
Oh.
George, are you with us here? I know you're glad we're here, and I thank you for that. We're going to tell the full story, everything about you, because more people need to know about your heroism. When people hear about an accident, there's always more to it, and there certainly was that day. George, we'll tell your story now. Thank you very much, and bless to you. Thank you for coming back to us. We're going to be around here. Feel free to come with us and let us know your presence when you're there. Let us know. Will you do that? Maybe.
Wow.
Maybe you will. That's amazing.
Incredible.
Now, there was two incidents. There was one incident when an aeroplane, the Blackburn Botha, was trying to take off, and it went down the wrong runway, and it hit another plane coming in the opposite direction. And the pilot at the time, not George, the pilot at the time didn't have the experience to avoid it, and they hit head on, and one pilot was killed and another person was injured. They were very, very lucky not to have more casualties. Now you've got to remember, these heavy, cumbersome aircraft, people had a hell of a job to get them off the ground. But all of the people that I've mentioned, and they are heroes. One plane was Dutch with British trainers on board, and the other was Polish with British trainers on board. And apparently what was happening, Vice
Air Marshal?
Air Marshal, this is the very title, thanks Richard. Vice Air Marshal Babington came here to see what was going on. Now, whenever the big nobs arrive, everybody goes and puts on a show. So the idea was they'd get a couple of these Blackburn Bothas up in the air and do fairly low sweeps of the airfield, a massive, massive airfield. I know it's hard to see, but out there in the distance. So a lot of these trees weren't here then. The woods behind us were, but some of these trees are relatively new. And you could imagine Babington in his big, with all of his medals on, coming out and being guided by the commanding officer of RAF Morpeth, as it was, and seeing these planes flying around. Well, the problem was, according to what I've read, the two planes went across to the other end of the field, and then they were told to turn. So one turned to the left and one turned to the right, and they turned back around to do another sweep of the airfield. Problem was, when they got back onto the airfield, unbeknown to them, and I'm not even sure they knew how, both of the planes were heading in the same direction. One was the Poles, one were the Dutch, who were known at the time as the Dutchies, and the idea was always, and they were taught, to always turn to the left. Now, if he turned to the left and he turns to the left, it sounds like, well, they'll go the same way, but they're not flying in different directions. So the left here goes there, the left here goes there. However, the Poles decided to pass the Dutchies on the left-hand side, and the other plane went the same way. So they ended up hitting head-on, smashing into pieces, all 10 people were killed. Now, this was not the fault of the trainers. Tragically, it was the fault of the people that they had at the controls who were learning how to do it. It wasn't really their fault. This was something that it's very tempting to try and show commanding officers how well your people are doing. Maybe just in this case, the controls were put in the hands of someone who didn't quite have enough experience. And tragically, we lost all of those brave men, including George, who's been with us tonight and might well be with us to come. But a hell of a story, very sad, wasn't it?
It was.
And there's no other, I mean, things, when you're training, things like that must have happened all the time.
All the time. There was dozens and dozens of training accidents, especially in Northumberland.
You know, we talk about how there were other regiments and other squadrons here. Number 72, the submarine Spitfires. There's a lovely story from a family in Clifton. They had turned on the road leading into, for those people that know the area, if you drive off the A1 into Morpeth, you drive down, you go under the underpass, you go under the A1, you go down into Clifton, and there was a family there who had an amazing show. I tell you what, I'll tell you about it later because I want to investigate this. Let's have a look, see what we can find. I noticed that this building isn't integrated with the other one. It's like a separate side in there. Have a toot, Richard. See what you get.
Strange.
This would be in a toilet
Oh, toilet.
because there's the drain there.
Oh, an old toilet.
Yep, old toilet.
I thought that was a room.
Yeah, this one was probably maybe for the officers because that's an inside loo.
Right.
And there's the
This is the.
there's the cover. This could be actually.
But why would it have that?
Now then.
Because there's an open vent this side.
Yeah, you've got insulators up there as well. So you've got.
So that's got to be for radio, is it?
Now then.
What was that?
I think this is a watchtower
Why would it have that on then,
because
Rich?
there's an overflow here.
Right.
So you've got two. They were probably for mains coming into this building here, but you've got pipes inside the wall here.
Well, it backs it up if you look in here, because if you look up, you can see the metal base, possibly the water.
Yeah, I think that was a big water tower just to get some headway for the.
Now that's just the first building, isn't it? There's more as we work our way through. So let's head off and see what we can see. It's amazing to think that there's somebody with us. Tell you what, I'm going to hand this in here. I'm going to use the necromancer while we're in here.
Okay.
Try hanging it up and the branch instantly snaps. No worries. We'll get there. Come on.
No sign of Kenny. Don't know where he's gone.
Probably into that big hole that you were filming with. Right. Be careful how we go.
The ghost cam radar is receiving a message. Okay, ghost this way.
Got the radar. Ghost
Spil-
radar.
Yeah.
I know.
Multiple spirits standing here. That's interesting.
Come on then. Are you there, George? Oh, we can't get past here.
It's this way.
Come on, George, tell us where you are, mate. Heard an F word there.
I think I might have to use that when we're a bit stationary because all the crunching is really loud as well.
Okay.
Unless you want to stand still, but just that's really coming through.
I hear it. We'll do it once we stop next.
I think if we go across to this side a bit, we could kind of the main drive.
Do you want to message Kenny because he's gone out of distance, like just in case he's lost. Usually you'd see his torch, wouldn't you?
Hi, Kenny. Hi, Kenny, come in. Yeah, receiving.
You alright, man?
There's another building up here and there's like all sorts of noises, there's like voice, there's also birds flying around, so it's quite scary. We're heading in your direction right now, Ken. Just be careful, apparently in the third building, should you ever get that far, there is a really deep...
Oh,
Whoa!
Jesus.
Man, you alright? Yeah, it was just a huge pheasant that is literally 10 feet above my head right now.
Hello,
Yeah, I got birds flying all over. Where they get this building up here?
hello, pheasant.
We're coming, man. I can see your torch now. We're on one way. See you soon.
You see him? How close you can get to it?
Probably scared of the light. Poor thing.
We all took a wobbler there.
I think so. Yeah.
But you know, we talk about Tranwell being known for unfortunate disasters and stuff. The people at Clifton, they put their garden just the house that's to the right hand side of the road just as you go down the hill. They'd made their garden the shape of a Union Jack so that if any British planes flew over, they would waggle their wings, and they got a real kick out of it. However, a German plane came over and started shooting it up and shooting at the family who were in the garden at the time. And a submarine Spitfire from Squadron 72 saw it off, set fire to its tail, and it disappeared out into the English Channel. The pilot said, I'd be very surprised if it made it across to the other side. Strike one out of many for the planes from this neck of the woods. We found the trail though, here's the trail. Every time we come out, we just seem to always walk for miles and miles and miles. Come on, if there's anybody here, talk to us. Talk to us. Love to hear you. You've come close. I've heard you breathing. George, if it's you, come on, mate. Just let us know that you're there. Do something, say something.
Oh, there's birds in here. I just see them flying. Right, there you go. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to harm you. Oh, it's just went out the window. Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's two. Another two in here. Right, I'm not disturbing you. There you go, you okay? There it is in the corner, see it? See it flying? Oh. Probably, oh, I can't see any nests in here, mind. There's a couple of holes in the walls. But there it is, just up there in the corner when we torch like this, look. See it? See it flying? Again, it's in the eaves this time. That is a nest. Yeah, kind of thing in the roof. So yeah, there's birds in here. But we'll not be telling them that. They can get their own shock when they come in. So I'm going to get shocked. They can as well. As you can see, as the eye can see. Whoops. Yeah. Oh, I just heard a noise behind us there. Hopefully that was a bird as well, but it's more like a tree bark cracking. Don't make me move it back a bit. I would imagine there'll be wildlife here as well. Gotta be badgers and foxes and stuff like that. Gotta be. So maybe some of them other noises that you're hearing could be that. I keep stopping because behind me you can hear it. Watch, I'll stop. Can you hear that? I'm stopped dead still. There, just behind me. What the? You must have heard that. That was a knock. Okay, do you want to knock again? I've just heard you knock there, so if you want, please knock again. It's okay. If you're trying to communicate, just please knock again. I'll get rid of the torch. Now before I go, okay? There's definitely a knock there. If you want, please knock again. I know I heard you. Just knock. That was definitely just there. It's round about here. Do you want me to come in here? Is this where it is? That's where I heard the knock. Please just knock again. Right, I got you. Okay, I heard you. Where's it not come from? There's one here and there's one there. Okay. Heart racing now. Okay, I'll come back later with the rest of the team. Please do that again when we come back later. Please. Just to let us know you're here. We'll not bother you. pain. Right, now you can't, you know, you cannot dispute that there. How was that? That thing up there. You can't dispute. Hello? That was like an echoey voice. Oh, I hope this camera's working. What the hell is that? Hello? Right, twice. An echoey voice. Is that one of you?
Hi, Kenny. Hi, Kenny. Come in.
Yeah, receiving.
Right, man.
There's another building up here and there's like all sorts. There's noises, there's like voice. There's also birds flying around, so it's quite scary.
Heading in your direction right now, Ken. In the third building, should you ever get that far, there is a really deep... Whoa!
What's happened? You alright?
It's pheasant that is literally 10 feet above my head right now.
Yeah, I got birds flying all over. Wait till you get this building up here.
Coming, man. I can see your torch now. We're on our way.
Okay, we'll see you soon. That's a plane landing at the top there. I'll try and get that for you on this camera. Oh, what was that? That was a bat. That was a bat. Definitely. You can see that plane landing up there. No, not going to see it. But there is a one. It's hovering in the sky, just at the top there. I can't even see the lights in the bottom of it. Try and get through there. See this? See it? Oh God. There's the runway. I don't know if you can see that lights in the distance there. Like the runway there. That's what it looks like. All lit up. And there you can see the... I don't know if you can see it, but there's two lights up there. Right. Right, I'm coming back that way. Oh. Have you had much? Yeah? That building. Oh my God.
Where's the building?
Oh my God, it's up here.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh my god.
We had some incredible happenings on the first two with audio.
The voice here twice and echoey voice as well. Just, it was just like a one word. I don't know what the word was. I would have captured on this camera. But there's birds in there as well. Yeah, there is bats as well. Yeah, I know. I don't think there's any bats in that building, but there's definitely birds in there. Oh, where's Alan? Where there?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yes.
This is where the voice was?
Was it?
Just here? Just before that? Just literally just there?
Just have you got new headphones?
Oh God.
Listen. Listen.
Voices.
Hear the whispering?
Yeah. See Richard, I wasn't wrong. I knew, I heard it. It's this side. That's them. This is where I got the voice. Just here. Just after I came out of there. Oh, my heart's gone.
I've just seen something.
Oh, don't. It's not white, is it? Like white to the right? That's where I've seen something before as well, to the right.
Yeah.
Just up there. There's a bat just flew in as well, just before that. Up that side. Yeah.
Let's put your torch off a second, can I?
Right.
See if it lights.
Go on. Oh, that looks so creepy. That is so creepy. Isn't it? Let's hope they get it as well. Oh man. Like I said, there's a couple of birds in there. One little one, one big one. Inside. Just up there.
I've just seen something right there.
Move.
Yeah, just there.
Oh man. This is creepy. Why is this like this? Is that a runway or not?
A runway, no.
That's not, is it? Why have I just seen things lit up there and then look as though something was coming down? I was convinced it was a plane line flying in there. I was convinced it was. Weird. This is very weird. Yeah, you'll get something here, I would imagine. I keep getting that there's someone following us as well, like the noise behind you still tramping underneath. Oh, definitely voices in there. Definitely. Just here, I wonder if they get it here as well. I even said, if you're there, because it made a noise, like a knock. And I said, well, if you're there, make another knock. And then it did, eventually. And it was quite loud, the knock. Okay. And there's no way you can make, you can't even, it's stone. So how you can make it knock, I don't know. Did Ted go off down there or anything?
The music box.
Music box. I just saw something floating there as well.
Right. Hang on, let me just kill. What's your name? Talk to me. Is it you, George? Is Stan there? Frankie Beresford, Stanislav Zarski. Come on, George, it's you, isn't it? Speak to us. If you're not connected to the Air Force, who are you? What's your name? Tell me your name. Why are you here? Why are you here? There's Margaret there. Margaret Hepburn. Who's your man there, Margaret? Looking for your man? I know, Margaret, you died in here, didn't you? Her man? Derek Thompson. We're heading up to where Derek died. Are you there, Margaret? Derek, are you there? Jeff, I know. I heard that. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Jeff. Yes, this is where Derek died. I'm so sorry. You chose to be with him, Margaret.
Watch, there's the big drains all around here. There's a one. Is that one of the ones that we had to watch?
Maybe. Oh. I know that's our guys there, but there was something just there.
Ooh.
What was that? To be honest, if I'd lived in a place that had bears, I would have said I've just seen something about the size of one. Is that you, Margaret? So sorry about what your dad did to you, Margaret. I'm not here to make you feel bad. Come on. Got it again, mind. If you're watching this and you've seen the kind of stuff that I have just over here, please take a screenshot. Send us it. It's either the nearest thing I can describe is what I've just seen is a bear, or somebody, maybe it's a man wearing a duffel coat, perhaps. Anyway, let's get up. See what the boys have found.
Alan, you might want to split here.
Already?
Well, yeah, because obviously Kenny's gone off and that'll be mixed in, so that's the hour.
Oh, blimey. Can't believe that we've reached our time to cut our broadcast off. We barely started and we've still got a really tragic and unpleasant love story to tell. What have you had there?
Right, knocks and voices. Definitely voices.
Richard
Richard heard whispers as well when
Whispers.
we just been up there. The same place as I did. In one word, he just went dark, dark.
And I just had my hair pulled. In the
Yeah.
same place where the whisper before.
And I even said, if that's you there, knock, and there was a bang. Straight away.
Now what-
and I would have got all that on here.
What I got over this side,
Yeah.
and I said to Tony, I think if we were in an area that had bears,
Yeah.
I would say I've just seen a bear.
Right.
Because it was like a big black
Grizzly.
shape, but it could have been a man with a duffel coat kind of, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was just big and cumbersome, and it was over there, and I saw it twice, just in that neck of the woods there.
I'm dying for you to go in there, in that building there.
Well, we're going to do that next week. If people want to join us, Tony, what do they have to do?
Yeah, if you're on Facebook, just follow the link in the video description, become a subscriber, and part 2 will appear. And on YouTube, just join the channel, and the same, part 2 will appear in the members area.
And to be honest, if you do that, you get all of the other stuff that we've ever done, which is like a year's worth of all kinds. All the ghost things we've captured, all of the chats that we've had, all of the screen captures, you get it all. We would love you to help keep us going. We need your help to do that, so please join us if you can. If not, for those of you who are supporters, get ready. It's building, building, building. It's looking like it's going to be a great show tonight, so come and join us. Right, come on, take me in and show me what you got.
Come on then.